as we bring you an interconference rivalry here at the Staples Center. Good Tuesday evening to you and yours. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. The Bulls are in the midst of a road trip going into this one. These guys off to a great start, Clark. 4-1 right now.
You know, this team has really wasted no time in making a strong statement. I mean, you look at the way they flowed on offense. They're in good rhythm. Everybody understands their roles. And defensively, they're playing with an aggressiveness that you like to see. He's going up against Kobe Bryant, multi-time NBA Finals MVP, multi-time All-Star, a guy who gets it done at both ends of the floor. You want to try to make Kobe Bryant work if you can, but that's easier said than done.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Jordan in at shooting guard. Rose and Dang on the floor. Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah, they're inside. And for the Lakers, Fisher and Kobe man the backcourt. Artest, Gasol, and Bynum are the front court. Now let's check in with the third member of our crew, Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Lamar Odom's sweet tooth is now the stuff of legend in Los Angeles. He has his assistant lay out bags and bags of candy in his car after practice. Odom says, "I'm the candy man. I do it all day. I can't help it. It relaxes me. Takes me back to when I was a kid and all I did was eat candy, go to school, and play basketball, when life was simple. Everybody has vices. This is probably the least worst of them all. Gentlemen?"
I'm sure his dentist loves him. Thanks, Doris. And so here is Chicago after Pau Gasol's bucket. Carlos Boozer Clark is just one of the premier post scorers in the league today.
Yeah, 270 pounds. It's hard to move him off his spot. And then you combine that size and strength with really soft, good hands. That's a lethal combination down in the low post.
Looking at these Lakers, Clark, I remember a quote where Kobe Bryant said about Gasol, he comes off as laid back, but he's got a killer instinct deep inside.
Yeah, he's a very competitive player, but because he's cerebral, he gives the appearance as though he's not competitive, but he's a real worker.
And Clark, playing alongside Kobe can only help Gasol to develop that killer instinct.
I certainly agree with you there, Kevin. Kobe's competitive nature, his driving fire, rubs off on everybody that he's around. And you think about Gasol, you can see evidence of that making him a different and better player.
That's a good point. And the Lakers have possession. One thing, Clark, you always know about coming into the Staples Center, this is always a tough venue to come into as a visitor.
Well, without question, 34 wins here for the Lakers last year, Kevin. This is always a tough building to play in because the team that is the home team here is usually pretty good. They've got one of the best players in the history of the league in Kobe Bryant.
On defense, the Lakers, following the miss by Michael Jordan. And the first one drops. And playing at Staples with all the high-profile stars in the stands, you've played in Los Angeles. Does it add a little pressure, you think, for visiting teams?
You know what? I don't think it adds pressure. I think it's enjoyable. When you go on the road and you're playing a team like the Lakers in their building and you see some of the kinds of folks that are coming to watch their team, the Lakers, but by virtue they're watching you as well, so it's an opportunity to perform in front of some folks that are celebrities that enjoy basketball. So I think it's exciting. It's kind of like going to New York City. It's the same type of feeling when you're a visiting player. You know it's going to be tough. You know the odds are against you, but what better place to play than one of those places?
But for rookies, it may be a different thing. Their eyes might get a little bit wide.
I think you probably are right on that one.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Thinking about this Bulls team knocked out by Cleveland in round one, Joakim Noah said he wanted the Cavs, but maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew in that statement.
Well, you know what? It wasn't for lack of effort on his part. I thought he produced at a high level. The Bulls just need to mature a little bit and add an inside scoring presence to be able to challenge the Cavs.
Rose passes to Deng. Rose against Fisher. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jordan, guarded by Kobe. Here's Noah. And he gets the bucket. Foul is called. One free throw for him.
You know, you negate any semblance of a defense if you let them get that close to the basket.
No good, and they don't get the three-point play. What do you think about Joakim Noah, a player who'd received his fair share of criticism prior to last season in Chicago? Clark, people went as far as calling him a bust, but
can't believe
their tune certainly has changed since then.
And you always have to be patient with big players, Kevin, big guys. You got to give them a little more time. You can't be as quick to get down on them. And Joakim Noah has shown he's got a tremendous motor. He's got an excellent basketball IQ. He's an excellent rebounder. I mean, this is a guy that you win with because he brings that intensity and production from that power forward center spot that's valuable for any kind of contending team.
Got a piece of it. Lakers trail by 4. The break is on. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Although this is their first battle with the Lakers this season, he said one thing that hasn't changed is how complicated it is to find a way to handle both Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol simultaneously. He said they complement each other perfectly. You've got Kobe who can kill you from the perimeter and Gasol who can do it from the paint. It's a no-win situation defensively. Their championships will attest to that, guys.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
That's not something you'll see.
Oh, and the champ by Kobe Bryant. Replay here. Strike Slam Cam showing it once more.
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Here is Rose. He's coming off a 19-point game against Dallas. Deng against Artest. Deng kicks to Boozer. Four on the shot clock. And Jordan gets it to go.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Fisher with the ball. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. Takes it up. The shot by Kobe, no good.
Nothing's working for him here. He's just really struggling to find the basket.
And Boozer backs in. Can't get it to go. And the Lakers go with it the other way. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yep, they'll see them twice this season, so not a lot of face time with these guys.
Here is Rose, averaging 12 points a game. It's dumped off. Here's Deng. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Deng's got his first 2 points of the night. And the people do like to see these interconference battles.
Oh, I agree with you, Kevin. Definitely in some sports you don't get to play all the other teams on your home court. So the fans love coming out for these.
Gasol backing down. It's hauled in by Noah. The Bulls leading by 4. From 11 feet away. Blocked. And here's Los Angeles. Trailing by 4. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
The job they did on the offensive side of the ball was excellent. Actually, it was great. They took care of every possession, getting a good distribution of their shooters, got a nice flow at the offensive end, and had their shooters, their key shooters, in a good rhythm early on.
The break is on. Fisher, the pass to Bryant. Fisher. Outside Gasol. Fisher with the ball. Fades back. Rose gets a hand on it. And so here is Chicago. They lead by 4. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
One of the things that stood out to me and that I really liked in their game was the effort on defense. They did a nice job covering shooters, rotating to guys with the ball. They contained them when they had to, got some big stops, and then they limited the outside shooting game.
And the Lakers have possession following the miss by Michael Jordan. And Bynum backing in. Knocks it down from the elbow. Bynum's got his first basket of the night.
Well, every team needs a good rebounder or more, and both of these guys represent strong rebounders for their teams. I mean, they are glass eaters, fierce on both backboards.
Right there behind him, another one of the great rebounders in the league. What a season on the glass for him so far. Making a switch here, the Bulls. Here's Rose. following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Gibson a screen. Left side, Jordan. And again, no good by Chicago.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Here's Artest. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
And Gibson kicks to Rose. Here's Jordan, the dump off, all alone. Shot's good by Gibson. And the Bulls lead by 2. Here are the Lakers, trailing by 2. On the wing, Kobe. Over Noah, and again, Kobe Bryant. Kobe's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here comes Derrick Rose. And Noah backs down. Tosses it up. The rebound by Gasol.
When you settle for that kind of shot, that's a wasted possession. That is not a high percentage look.
Outside Artest. The 3 kept alive. Goes back up. It's Gasol missing. And so here is Chicago. Pass to Rose. Picked up by Kobe. Jordan covered by Artest. Artest against Jordan. It's hauled in by Bynum.
They need to send out a search party to find his offense, Kev. It's been AWOL this whole quarter. He made sure to get a little extra hang time there, just to rub it in the defender's face a bit.
Look out below. I wasn't sure he was ever going to come down. Chicago trailing here. Right side Rose. Throws it up. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Paul Gasol. The question last year, at least one of the questions was, would the Lakers, Clark, still be as successful with swapping out Artest for Trevor Ariza?
And that's a legitimate question because you never know how the dynamics of a team change when you change personnel.
Right.
So clearly it was something that was going to be a work in progress. It remained to be seen, but I think the play of the Lakers in the postseason kind of answered that. Ron brought an element of toughness and physicality. Now, he can be a little wayward. And a little bit of he can be a little wayward with some of his decisions.
Chicago making some changes. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Noah. And Michael Jordan subbed in for Taj Gibson. Brown against Rose. Deflects the pass. The Lakers trail. And thinking of those changes with Artest, I suppose you can also say that both Artest and Ariza are so talented it doesn't matter which is in there since they have such vast skill sets.
You know what? You can go both ways on that one. Yes and no, because they are different players. It does change the dynamic of the team. I think Ariza was a consistent three-point threat as well as being an active, energetic defender. Ron has been a little more streaky at the three-point line, but the physicality and the toughness, there's an intimidation factor, I think, that Ron brings to the court that very few other players could bring. Nobody wants to deal with being guarded by Artest over the course of a ball game because he's frustrating, he's physical, and he relishes trying to get you off your game.
I would agree with that. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Ron Artest. Lakers trail by 3. Here's Brown, another guy who really kicked it up a notch in that game against the Warriors. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
He just hasn't been able to get on track in this game. Not like he would like to. He's a much better shooter than he's shown.
Backing down is Jordan. Back to Rose. Guarded by Kobe. Clock at 4. Rose. And again, no good by Chicago. Now Brown. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We look at the Clippers. Right now they're off to a fast start. First place in the conference. And of course the Lakers. A game and a half away. Here's Kobe, and that's not going to go. in our first quarter of play over. Some good numbers on